Please take your seats. School is now in session.
Welcome to Homeschooled Podcast.
Homeschool.
The Homeschool Podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
It's time to document the journey. Welcome back to Homeschooled Podcast. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm back, and I'm pretending to be enthusiastic. Look how much energy I sound like I have. I don't have any at all, but it's great to be back here, and I did miss you guys, and I know that I haven't been great about the Homeschool Podcast. Listen, I am not leaving you guys hanging. I was still releasing one episode a week with the movie talks and stuff like that. I hope you guys have been enjoying them, and here I am for another solo episode, just me, no guest, and no co-host, nothing like that. We're just going to talk about a few things, and I appreciate you if you're listening to this, whether it's your first time or you're returning. You know, we're going through some struggles here in life and in growth, and as I find my place, and as you find your place in this world, the new world that we are adapting to, if you continue to come back here and support the Homeschool Podcast, man, that's awesome, and it really means a lot. Okay, so really quickly, I'm going back on the road, and I'm starting to book up some dates from now till February, and you know, I mean, I'm going to be booking up all year. But anyway, here's what I got for you guys right now. I'm going back to Paso Robles, California. It's like a little bit of northern California. It's about 3 hours north from me. It's wine country up there. It's beautiful. If you're in the area, it's great. Or if it's even like an hour drive from you only, it's worth it because you can go a little early. I'm there on January 22nd. It's a Saturday. You go a little early. You do a little wine tasting. Maybe even get a hotel or an Airbnb or something for the night. I've done it before. It's really fun town. And then where I'm performing is the same place I always perform when I'm there, which is Cal Coast Brewery. It's this actually, you would think like, oh, he's doing some bar show. Guys, it's actually a huge facility where they got, you know, a completely separate indoor bar, and then they got a whole outdoor area. Then they have a downstairs area. They have an outdoor stage where they do live music. Then they have the hall, which is where I'm performing, which is a big stage and, you know, holds like 100 people or something like that. So, we are doing a 6 o'clock matinee show, and if it fills up, we're going to add a second show. So I need you guys to go ahead and do it. And if you're not too far from the area, if you live there or if you're close by or something, you know, I'm only doing it like twice a year, so it's a great opportunity to come see me headline. And I'm also going to be co-headlining with Adam Hunter that weekend. He's freaking hilarious. I can't wait to introduce him to that crowd, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So you can get tickets at homeschooled.com. That's also where you can get merch to support me and my stand-up comedy tour, and you can support the podcast to help us keep going. We've got Homeschool Podcast merch, whether it be you know, the t-shirts for Homeschool Podcast. I'm wearing one of the sweatshirts right now, Document the Journey, and you can get that in a t-shirt as well. We got the Ex-President's t-shirt. You got the one that has my album cover on it. Speaking of which, you can download the album cover, my album if you want to, either a digital, or you can buy a copy of it if you still use CDs. Some people do. My car still takes them. I love CDs. Anyway, everything's at homeschoolpod.com. Click on merch, or you click on tour for tickets, or click on merch for all the, you know, stickers, t-shirts, sweaters, mugs, my album, whatever it is. You know, we really appreciate the support. It helps us keep going, helps us stay motivated, and most of all the profits just go to help me employ comics. So if I can take a comic on the road with me, or if I go to a city and I, you know, have one of their comics open for me, selling merch allows me to do that, paying for the hotel of the tour, air travel, the comics opening. So, you know, it helps live performing artists like myself, and I appreciate it, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. There's still a lot of you know, ideas for last minute gifts. If there's still a couple things you're thinking about getting somebody that, you know, you don't know what to get them, and if you order it, it ain't going to be here on time, I got your back, okay? Homeschool Podcast is sponsored by a number of products and services that, you know, either you got to have it delivered, or or you don't, so it'll be here on time. We got Uni pizza ovens that will have to be delivered, but still, if it's not here on time, you put a little, certificate in the envelope. I got you a freaking pizza oven. It'll be here next week. You got if you got somebody who's got pets, we got the True Dog and the dental stuff for the dogs, dental treats, the dental spray. It's like brushing their teeth, but it's a spray. It's way easier. I've been using it on my dog, by the way, because he hates brushing his teeth. But, you got to take care of them because they get that tartar, they get that backup. It causes all kinds of other problems, even heart disease. So you got to take care of your dog's teeth. They don't like it. So I do the spray. It's like brushing their teeth. I've been using it. That's a great gift for somebody who's got pets. And also another great gift, Masterclass, you guys. That's a gift that doesn't have to be here on time. You can sign someone up for a subscription for Masterclass. They have monthly options. It's like Netflix at this point. You just pay monthly and you have access to their entire website to stream all of the classes. So if you know somebody or even yourself is interested in any subject and they want to learn it, or they don't have time for the class, they've been interested in this subject, you can take a history class, writing class, acting class, stand-up comedy class, how to be a director, how to be a filmmaker, how to write a poem, how to cook, how to make a cocktail, how to play guitar. You got just about everything on Masterclass, and that'll be a great gift, and it'll be here on time. So all of this supports the Homeschool Podcast, supports me, Agostino Zoida, as a comedian, and what you're going to do is just go to homeschoolpod.com, click on sponsors, and it's all right there. Use those banners. You're helping out the show, and or use Tor. Homeschoolpod.com. Sponsors for sponsorship, Tor for tickets, and merch for all the shirts and stuff like that. All right, let's get into it. Jesus Christ, the fucking opening intro and the sponsors and shit is going to be longer than this whole podcast. Like I was saying in the beginning, I've been a little MIA. I have, but I haven't. You've been hearing me. I am recording episodes of the podcast, and, I have a new show. A new talk show called The Rewatchables, where we talk about movies, me and my friend Kevin Lyons, who is the co-host on the Homeschool Podcast once upon a time. It's a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun doing it. It's a great concept. We just talk about movies, and at the end we do a movie trivia, and whoever wins the movie trivia, they choose the movie that we discuss next, because Kevin and I are always forcing each other to watch movies, because we both love movies, but we typically have like a completely different opinion and style of movies that we like. So whoever wins, we force each other to watch the other one, and then we talk about it. So that's what we're doing, and it's a lot of fun. Instagram and YouTube sees the edited episode, which are like usually under 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. But you guys here in Homeschool Podcast are getting the entire conversation, unedited, uncut, spoilers and everything. So they're like 40-minute conversations, really, maybe 50-minute, maybe an hour. And I've been releasing those here. So I've been here, and those are current. It's not like I recorded a year ago or nothing like that. So I'm here, you guys. I'm here for you. It's just, to tell you the truth, I'm going to be honest with you guys a little bit. I've been a little, what's the word? I haven't been motivated to record Homeschool Podcast episodes, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you for a couple of reasons. Number one, just being honest, and I hate to say it because I come on here and I preach about work and work ethic and staying organized and getting through this stuff and doing everything you need to do, and I preach that stuff on here, and it's all true and it's all important. But to tell you the truth, guys, I'm tired. I'm burnt out. I am burnt out. And, I know I'm a younger guy. I'm 33. I'm not old. I got no kids. Some of you guys got a lot worse than me. You got kids. They're in fucking public school. They got to make sure they're vaccinated and keeping their mask on. And then you got to fill out paperwork why your kid didn't need to get vaccinated. Not to mention you're trying to work a fucking full-time job and make ends meet. And the price of everything is up. Gas, food, everything, the price is up, and I know a lot of people have it a lot harder than me, and I'm sure being a whiny little baby about it, but guys, I'm just burnt out. This year, 2021, has been insane. I have been on the road touring, doing comedy from February of 2021 till like the first week of December, maybe last week of November. And in between, I don't tell you guys a lot about this because I don't like to talk about this, because I believe in creating an image, and I agree with keeping two worlds separate. But I got a couple day jobs too. I'm not driving Uber. No disrespect to Uber drivers. I mean, whoever's making it, that's not what I mean. I'm sitting in an office. I do writing. One of my jobs is writing for people, whether it be scripts or fixing their scripts, or, that's great. That all go. I got no shame in that. But like, I have another office job that's got nothing to do with the entertainment industry, and I'm licensed to do it. And I've been licensed for a couple of years, and it's always worked out great, because it was like the busy season for it was when comedy slowed down. And then it got dead when comedy picked up, and it was just easy. I didn't need to be at a place every day. I did it when it was busy, and I did it like on the side and for commission and stuff like that. But when the pandemic happened, I was thanking God I had that, because that's all I did like for 2020. Sure, I still did spots. I still wrote here and there. I tried to do as many stand-up spots as I could. If you go back and you listen to a year ago's podcast, you guys know what I was doing there during the pandemic. I was fighting depression like the rest of us, but I kept busy. But financially, I had that, and now there is no busy season and not busy season. Now, both the jobs, my stand-up comedy career and entertainment career, and the office job, are both constantly busy. So I purposely took December off of touring. I said if somebody offered me a New Year's Eve gig, I would take it if the price was right, and nobody's really offered me anything for New Year's Eve, so I'm not even mad. I'm happy to stay home. I wanted to take this month to not get on an airplane. And I know a lot of you have 2 jobs and, like I said, kids and stuff like that. Listen, I'm married. I have a great wife who helps me out a lot with my laundry list. We help each other out. Like, she'll do the laundry, and then I'll come home and help her fold it, or I'll come home and I'll help her, I'll cook dinner. Like, we take turns. Like, we help each other out, get by a lot in every way that we can. So I got a great wife, but I don't have kids, so I don't have it as hard as a lot of you guys have it. But guys, it's been a crazy year, and can I tell you something? Besides this year, I've worked hard my entire life, and I've been a comic. This February will be 13 years that I've been a stand-up comedian, and guys, it has not been an easy journey. It has not been a smooth journey. It has been a hard, bumpy, I'm not even talking like downhill, or whatever you want to look at it, uphill journey, climbing uphill, obstacles. Yeah, all that too. But I'm talking like, not only you walking uphill, but I'm talking like somebody's at the top of the hill with a fucking giant hammer, and every time you get to the top, they fucking smack you back down. Like, that's what it takes to be a great stand-up comic, is that you've been through that, and I'm still going through it, but guys, I've been working hard for 13 years, from open mics to bar shows to performing at the fucking laundromat to performing at DMVs, performing outside, performing in living rooms, backyards, basements, hiding from fucking COVID laws, underground secret comedy shows, managing a comedy club, running a comedy club, booking it pretty much, 80 hours a week, slept at a comedy club, practically lived there. I've been working hard for 13 years, writing for people taking me on the road, which was great. learning to be a comic, and I've been working hard for 13 years. And then you take this last year, which was going from like nothing to something. It just like was super, super busy. And it's not like most comics, if you want to be a comic, you grew up admiring like your heroes, right? Those guys, your heroes, didn't have to go through what you are going through today. If you're today's working class comic, blue collar fucking comedian or artist, it wasn't just touring. It was touring during COVID. It was, answering medical questions every state you arrive, and then when you have to come back to your own state, which, by the way, California has the worst restrictions of anywhere. So to come home where you live, you got to answer the worst shit. Take a fucking COVID test to get there. Then to come home, you got to take the rapid test. You got to take the 3-day test to get there. Then you got to take the rapid test to come back. And, a fucking Q-tip up your nose every single time you want to get on a plane. It takes a lot out of you. And I'm not trying to bitch and moan. I am bitching and moaning, but I know like some of your kids are going to school and having to do with that shit. I feel bad for them. I'm not saying that like anybody's got it any easier than I do. It's not what I'm saying. I think you get that. But we still shouldn't be like just okay with it. It takes a lot out of you. Anybody. And, so I've been on the road from February till November, through November, and I was, told myself I'd take December off. And that whole time, all year, I was coming back not to like 2 weeks of, because, I would travel every 2 weeks. So I would do 2 weeks and then take 2 weeks off, 2 weeks and then take 2 weeks off, because I didn't, I was doing back-to-back weekends in the beginning of the year, and it was getting too risky that, like, I felt like I was getting sick, and I was like, fuck, I'm going to have to cancel this next week, so I just was spacing them out. But in between, I was fucking working my other jobs. I mean, you guys might think that I'm doing well. And you know what? As a comic, I am doing well. I'm thankful for this year. I built a fucking great hour of material. I became a headliner this year. Not as a name, but as a performer. I was being booked in a headlining position, and people still don't know my name, but I'm being booked in the headlining position, maybe based off my experience or recommendations and trust. But I became a headliner this year. Like, as a performer, I hit a new level. And so I'm thankful for it. But, guys, if there's any, like, newer comics out there listening, or even comics that are in the same amount of time as me, and they follow me, and they're thinking, like, oh, he's lucky, he had all these gigs this year, and stuff like that, and then, anybody who doesn't know, here's what I was doing. Probably 99.9% of the gigs was getting on a plane, doing the gigs, getting right back on the plane, and landing and not even going home. Landing and going to the office, putting in a fucking 8 hours, and then putting in a 40-hour week, and then maybe more, 50, 60-hour week, and then weekend comes. Friday I get off from my office job, drive directly to the airport, get on a plane. Somebody fucks your nose with a Q-tip. You fucking go do a couple shows. Some of them weren't even weekends. Some of them were one-niners. I get on the plane, do the show, get on a plane, come back. Whether it be like, sometimes I'd stay in a hotel, but if my flight was super, super early, I would just go right to the airport. Maybe I'd go to the bar and hang out with some of the people who are at the show afterward until they close. Then I'd head to the airport, take a little nap in the fucking terminal, and just, fly right back. And I'd be landing and driving directly to my work, Even the driving gigs, I'd be leaving an office, drive, 4 hours, do a show, get in the car, drive right back, get a couple hours sleep, And then, my days off, I was, spending time with the wife, and I'm working on other things, you guys. So, not to give you this episode is not about giving you a bunch of excuses why I haven't been Captain Homeschool podcast, and pushing it as much. But like I said, I've felt a little not motivated to do it. So there you have number one. I'm fucking burnt out this year. Number two, I took this month off intentionally to kind of try and rest a little bit. And you know what? It hasn't really been a restful month. I'm working on all these other projects. I got a lot of stress. I have a lot weighing over on my shoulders, hanging over my head. And I'm already booking, next year. So I didn't really have a huge amount of time to rest and enjoy. But, that's the business. That's the career. And then number three, my numbers haven't been great for the homeschool podcast. When you see numbers going down, it's discouraging. And then also, when you have new things going on, you're excited about those. And to tell you the truth, I was in a place where I wasn't excited to come downstairs in my little garage / studio in front of my red curtain and, film a podcast with a guest or by myself. And I was not feeling excited about it because, guys, I've been doing this for this podcast. I've been doing it for I don't know how many years, 4 or 5 years, maybe more, yeah. I'd say at least 4 or 5 years. We're on episode 400 and something, 413 episodes, and, that's not a lot. A lot of guys got hundreds, thousands. It's great. But, when you've gone through a long, hard journey like that and you're still not where you want to be and it's still not getting the numbers that you want, and not only that, but the numbers are declining, it can be a little discouraging. And you never know what happens. 1 month I opened it and I'm like, whoa, I got fucking thousands and thousands of listeners coming from this state, this country, that country. And then little things like that keep you going. Subscribers start coming in, subscribers on your YouTube, even one subscriber on your YouTube, you're like, yeah, keep going. It's motivating, But 414 episodes and, it's too much up and down, and you never really hit, the so huge numbers that you're like selling out. We've talked about this before. When I go on the road, I do small rooms. I mean, I'm blessed to be packing them out and earning, somewhat of it. Some of them I broke even, but I ain't mad because, like I said, I became a fucking great comic this last year, and but it's easy to just not be excited about something when you did it for so long. You need something to really like spark that energy again. And I'm having a lot of fun doing these movie chats with my friend Kevin, who's like one of my best friends. I mean, I've known him for pretty much almost as long as I've been a comic, so like 13 years almost. And for 13 years I never got sick about talking movies with him. It's something that we love, and he would force each other to watch movies that we knew the other one wasn't into, and then and just talk about it. So I am recording those and putting the audio on here for you guys to listen to the unedited versions, and it's getting me excited again. And I'm not here to tell you guys that I'm not going to do the homeschool podcast anymore, because that's not true. I'm not ready to let it go. I feel like I'm not going to get famous off of it. I feel like I'm not going to get my, thousands and thousands of subscribers from that and my huge following from that. But, little by little, slow, very, very, very slow, over the years, I get little followers here and there, every now and then somebody hits me up and says that, they love my show, or it's inspirational, someone comments, or, they go to the website and they click contact and they send me a little message or something like that. Every now and then it just keeps me going. And, or people will text me that I know and tell me they like the show and stuff, and it means something to them, or I touched them, or it helped them in a way. It's great. So like little by little, very slow momentum. But I'm not going to get famous off this fucking podcast, you guys. But I'm not ready to let it go. So I am going to continue to be here. And this episode is, this podcast has always been about documenting the journey of an artist. And that's what we do here. And that is a part of the journey. So that's why I'm talking to you about it and being so open and honest with you guys. That is a part of the journey. Is feeling discouragement, feeling disappointment. And if you ever feel like, why am I doing this? You're not alone. You're not alone. Why did I get started in this? It's stupid. I only got 2 people watching me. Whatever it is that you're doing, Why'd I start this? Fucking 5 people saw it. Doesn't matter. That's a part of the journey. And if I'm helping people along the way, great. So I know that I'm not going to, this isn't going to be the Joe Rogan experience that's going to, my career is going to take off from doing Homeschool podcast. I'm not going to be the Joey Diaz story where I went on a podcast one day and told a crazy story and I blew up from that, It's not going to be here on Homeschool podcast, okay? It's just not how it's going to happen for me. But I'm not ready to let it go. I'm going to keep recording episodes every week. Maybe every other episode will be the movie one, at least for now. But besides that, I'm going to keep continuing to do these solo episodes where I'm honest with you guys and talk about things that the artist is going through. And I'll continue to have guests on sporadically too. Good guests. We'll have good conversations, and I'm going to keep doing it because I know that it's not this where people are going to find me, but I do know somebody's going to find me another way. And when it happens, you are going to go see that I have had a podcast for years and we got hundreds of episodes for you guys. So I'm here for you. I'm still putting it out. We're still Homeschool podcast. And I want to tell you guys something else. I've got a lot of stuff in the works. I've actually got big plans in the works. So this is not a, I'm giving up episode. Hell fucking no. You know me better than that. I got a big thing coming. I'm working on a lot of big stuff. And if it's not going to be this podcast that takes off, it's going to be something else. I'm building a network right now. Homeschooled Entertainment is a fucking network. I'm building it. I'm doing the movie talk. I'm working on another show where I still have the what do you call it, the sitcomics where we were, we're doing table reads of sitcoms. That was a lot of fun and I think it's really entertaining. I just haven't found the time to edit them all. Half of them are done, edited. But that'll be out there. But besides that, I've got the movie talk one, rewatchables with Kevin. I have a new show in the works, a cooking show actually, and I'm gonna also be doing another show with my wife, who is a baker actually, and she has her own startup company, and it's called. If you want to follow her on Instagram, she's just getting started. It's Jenny's Anytime Desserts. You can probably find it on mine, but yeah, Jenny's Anytime Desserts. I think there's underscores in between that, like Jenny's _ Anytime _ Desserts. Super, super talented, and we're gonna join forces because I like cooking and she likes baking, and so we're gonna have our own little show. And these are not long podcasts or nothing like that. They're gonna be shows for Instagram, for TikTok, for YouTube, and so guys, I'm building a network. Movie talk, cooking show. A husband and wife, show. I got the Gentleman Savage tips where I'm not teaching, but, I'm giving men, like real fucking men, tips on how they can impress and go the extra mile and still be a gentleman and a savage at the same time. I got those little tips. Like, I got a show for that. I got a lot of stuff in the works. So I'm building an entire network here. So, that's what I'm working on. So I'm not giving up. And the Homeschooled podcast is still here. And, it's like the fucking gym, which is another thing I've actually put off this month. I haven't been working out like I should be. I'm like avoiding this garage down here because that side's the gym, this side's the podcast studio. I've just been avoiding coming down here just because it's, such a hectic time. I've been trying to use this month to rest, but just like the gym, once you're down there, you're glad you went. And I'm glad I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you guys again. And I hope in some way I have touched you in this podcast, because I know a lot of people go through the same discouragement and lack of motivation. And sometimes it's not even like you have a lack of motivation, like you're not a motivated person or you're a lazy person. That's not what I mean. Sometimes it's other things take over your motivation, like other things you get excited about, new things, that those old things, they become a little bit less exciting, and you lose motivation for it. But I'm trying to introduce new things to the old things and better it and keep going. And now that I'm here, I'm glad I'm talking to you guys, and I can't wait to keep going. I'll line up some guests. And I'm also here to tell you that I've actually been on a great streak. If you've listened to the podcast at all in the past couple of years, I've here and there sporadically mentioned that, I get waves of like writer's block. There's nothing in between. I either have like a writer's block or like so many ideas come to my head at once. There's nothing in between. It's either all at once or nothing. And so if you know what I'm talking about, I have right now I've had like so many ideas come to me in so many bits, and I have like a ton of new bits. So if you've seen me on the road all this last year, maybe you saw me do like a 45-minute set. Guys, I got like probably another 15 to 20 minutes to add to that. I'm telling you, I got an hour. I got over an hour of solid material. I wish my brother Rico was alive to see this hour that I got, But I think he'd be proud of it. I think he'd be really proud of it, and I'm proud of myself and all the hard work this year of balancing, a day job, and I never let it interfere with my career. I was on the road all year, and I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of the comic I've become, and I'm proud of the comic and the artist I'm becoming. And so, guys, you're not alone if you feel not motivated, and I feel you. And sometimes, you just got to get up and go out there and do it, and it's going to work out. The most important thing is like, you got to have fun doing it, because if it's not fun, it could have just been a regular old job, We're talking about something that you're passionate about, so it's got to be fun. So I'm sorry I've been a little MIA, but if it's not fun for me, I'm going to be half-assing it for you guys. And today, this was fun for me. I got that off my chest. I'm ready to come back and do some shows for you guys. I hope you're liking the movie chat episodes. Please go and check it out. Subscribe on YouTube. They go there or they go to Instagram. So subscribe to my YouTube at Agostino Zoida. Sorry, that's my Instagram. It's just Agostino Zoida, the YouTube channel. So youtube.com/Agostino Zoida. I mean, the link's on my website too, AgostinoComedian.com. Homeschoolpod.com. It all goes to the same place. Homesschooledpod.com. Subscribe, you guys. Follow me on Instagram, please. Please go give me some views on the new movie chat. If you don't want spoilers, if you don't want to hear the long versions of the movie chat, the like hour ones, they're on here. You don't have to if you don't want to, but they're good. But if you just want the edited short, like 5-minute video of it, which is like that's what's on YouTube, that's what's on Instagram, please go check them out, guys. I need some views, I need some subscribers, and I need you guys to have a wonderful holiday, and please have your spirits lifted. I personally have felt like my holiday spirits have not been where they usually are. People, if anybody knows me, I'm a very, I don't know what the word is. Like I'm fucking, I'm Chevy Chase from vacation movies. You know what I mean? Like I'm a very festive person, and this year I was lacking a little bit, even though I still am. I don't know. I was feeling a little holiday lack. I was feeling a little lack of cheer and excitement and happiness and so I know if you guys are feeling that, please have your spirits lifted. Please feel some cheer with me, because I know what you're going through, and I'm ready to welcome in this holiday cheer. And I'm not going to be upset that I have a lot of things to do. It's great. It's great. in 2020, we didn't have anything to do and we were depressed about it. I know what it's like to have a lot to do and a lot of weight on your shoulders. And, life is giving you a bunch of things to accomplish and overcome. And that's beautiful. There's some beauty to that. And I want you guys to really feel the holiday cheer. I want you to really let it go that you had some lack in motivation, maybe in the gym or in the creatively, whatever it is that you're passionate about as a career or as an artist. Because that's what we do here on Homeschool Podcast. We document the journey, and that's why a lot of artists listen to this show. And I know the lack of motivation. People are out there more than you are, I know. Don't let it get in the way of lifting your spirits, because once your spirits are lifted, the motivation will come back. So you're preventing yourself from having the motivation because you have lack of motivation. You're keeping your spirits down. You're getting in a funk. You got to get over it. Let the holiday bring your spirits up. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your family, your friends. And if you haven't got any, God bless you. And enjoy yourself, because there is nothing better than being okay with you. And that feeling cannot be replaced. And if you got people, friends, and family on top of that, who's better than you? I love you guys. Thank you so much if you're still listening to me. I'm Agostino Zoida. This is Homeschool Podcast, where we document the journey. Don't forget the Only Love Can Save the World, which is the name of my tour. Only Love Can Save the World Tour. We're continuing it in 2022, so make sure you come on out. Homeschoolpod.com, click on tour. I'll see you guys next time. It's getting cold down here. Peace.
Homeschooled Podcast. Homeschool.
The Homeschool Podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
I don't want to do that.
No, okay.
I don't want to do that at all.